Toyota Camry 1550 indeed. Where did the saffron milk come from on Toyota? The owner of a 4-year-old unbeaten Camry 1550 is indignant. On my previous almost 10-year-old 40 this was not the case. Doors, hood, trunk lid all in red dots, even in the absence of chips. Plus, the driver's door seal made an oblong bald spot in the paint. It is obvious that the business car has decently lost weight both in the thickness of the paintwork and in its quality, unlike its predecessor. I can directly imagine the head of production optimization. Now we'll turn down here, cut off here, and no one will notice anything. But it became noticeable. Immediately after the appearance of the model in 2012, the owners noticed that scratches appear on the car too easily. The headlights quickly become cloudy. Is Toyota collaborating with polishers? Many like the mother-of-pearl color. It shimmers beautifully in the sun. Joy disappears from the eyes when, after a minor accident, they find out the price for the selection of enamel and repainting. Attempts to find a cheap service usually end up with a complete rework, only already somewhere in a premium studio or at a dealer. Unlike its predecessor, the 1540, the interior of the 50 Camry looks solid and, I'm not afraid of the word, representative. The truth and complaints arise not at all to the appearance, to the materials. Picking up used cars for people, you can observe how the sidewall of the driver's seat is rapidly squeezed with the mileage traveled. For example, this is how the seat looks after 25 TkM. By the way, this is what the steering wheel looks like after 200 TkM. Most often, owners of the Toyota Camry 1550 are refining what should be normal in a business class car. I'm talking about soundproofing. It's not even that a lot of fluctuations pass into the cabin from the street. It's just that over time, explosive plastic begins to publish ugly music that owners of more budget cars are used to listening to. Not in the best light, the glove compartment also exposed itself, the fasteners of which break from a slight overload. In general, you definitely can't carry a weapon there. It will fall out at the most unfortunate moment before the eyes of the traffic cop. With the aggregate part of the Toyota Camry 1550, everything is very good. Particularly pleased with the 2GR engine with a volume of 3.5 liters, which has been put on a lot of models since 2005. Good traction is complemented by extreme reliability and is slightly offset by high fuel consumption, for which many are not ready. The weak points here are general Toyota periodic pump leaks and harmless crackling of the VVTi clutches on the cold. The 180 horsepower 2AR unit, with a volume of 2.5 liters, has no other sores in addition to those listed. Moreover, with proper care, the resource of the unit allows 400 to 500,000, so not to worry about its compression. The 1AZ engine is more fastidious, but without critical weaknesses. The most common reason for contacting a service is a leaking crankshaft rear oil seal. The problem usually manifests itself during the warranty period, so the next owner of the Camry 1550 with a 2-liter engine gets it without a disadvantage. That's what neither dealers nor third-party services can definitely decide, is the congenital twitching of the unit when idling. Fuck it, it's not curable at all. Approximately, as with the Vagowski BSE. Whatever it is, do not dismantle the cylinder head, otherwise there is a risk of stripping the threads in the block, and this is a completely different story with other financial injections. As you probably already understood, with the transition to a new generation, little has changed in the technical stuffing of Camry. This is especially true for the transmission. For those who remember the problems with the automatic U660E for the 3.5 engine, everything remains the same. The same box, the same stories about the valve body mutilated by shavings, clutches fried in an oil bath, and gears gnawed. All this haunts those who like to drive a business car. As you know, a quiet ride does not lead to such consequences. The automatic U760E of the 2.5-liter Camry drives off 200 TkM calmly, without breakdowns, and even more with a timely oil change. The U761E box, designed to work with 1AZ, does not complain at all. But it's a sin to complain about the suspension of the Camry 1550. Rigid, but energy-intensive and, what is important for us, unpretentious. The first item of expenditure will fall on the anti-roll bar system, or rather on the SPU struts and bushings. Like the previous Camry, with a normal driving style, these parts live 80 to 90 TkM without any problems. Shock absorbers go 150,000, silent blocks of levers and steering tips 200,000. That is, the first 200,000 kilometers, the suspension will easily do without serious investments, and then everything is covered almost at once. The brakes of the 50 turned out to be completely phenomenal. For calm drivers, still native factory pads are suitable for replacement only closer to 100,000 kilometers for you to understand. The discs also wear out for this run, and sometimes even earlier, if, after active braking, a beading suddenly appears in front of a puddle when you press the left pedal. As you can see, such a demand for the Camry as well as the Toyota phenomenon was formed for a reason. Reliability is still one of the best. All more or less live copies on the used car market are scattered in no time, and very often such cars grab the paws of outbids and other merchants. If the car has been on sale for more than a week, then you can be sure that something is wrong with it. On the other hand, Toyota Camry 1550 is not the apotheosis of reliability and not 100% protection against unplanned maintenance costs. In addition, you can buy it if you do not know what business class comfort is, do not know other cars in this segment, or are just going to travel for a while and quickly sell it. To put it simply, she is not the one she was known before. The childhood diseases of the predecessor not only passed to the new generation, but were also replenished with corrosion of body panels and a weak paintwork. The salon also looks shabby by 100,000 kilometers, especially for those who have not changed the driver's seat under warranty. As a rule, at this point, small investments in the chassis are required. When choosing a used Camry 1550 with a mileage of 100,000 kilometers, you can safely buy 2.0 and 2.5-liter options and be wary of buying 3.5 because of not the most durable automatic. The odometer is adjusted very easily and almost without a trace. Neither in the ECU blocks nor in the keys, the mileage is registered. Even official dealers are not able to electronically calculate the deceiver. Therefore, the original mileage will have to be determined only by indirect signs. By the way, the service book is also quite easy to forge.